It is Sunday, February 18th. Happy President's Day weekend. I am Mark Stewart, candidate not for president, but for governor of Connecticut with a national importance. Because what we could do here has monumental implications for other states. There are a few unique things that could come out of an election of Mark Stewart. An unheralded and not yet serving in any elected capacity. But as I've told people over and over, what have the elected people done that's good for Connecticut? Your seasoned politicians are very adept at selling you out. They're good at compromises. We can't afford compromises anymore. We need rollbacks. The seasoned politicians are very good with the tongue. They're excellent at spinning things. We need truth, not spin. I'm incapable of spin. A straightforward political leader is good for Connecticut. And I'm not raising money. If I get elected on self-spending, no more than 5 figures, I may go over if I decide to buy an RV, but that's it. That would monumentally change how politics is done. I'm going to give you a reason why it's possible. That reason is Donald Trump, who did not spend very much and elevate himself to the presidency. Bernie Sanders didn't spend terribly much. He certainly didn't raise huge gobs of money from big PACs. Small donations got him where he went, which is darn close. So, now let me answer the question. Why would you want this job? I've been asked that a lot. I relish the chance of making a better Connecticut. We have a chance to turn a failing state around. And I don't think it's going to be that hard. If I'm armed with a fervent majority, you, who see how things need change and look to this guy as a producer of it, but not just one governor. You need a good General Assembly. So that's what gets a commanding majority, a 10-point victory for governor, and a majority of resolute General Assembly members. That can come from either party, but they need to be ones that are committed to strongly changing and not making these namby-pamby compromises. I hope to be greeted by a General Assembly of good stalwarts in January. With that, I don't think this will be that hard because Connecticut is in very good shape with its resources, with its education level, with its industriousness and industry that's already there. Our only bad thing is government. That can change within 2 years. You should expect that with a forceful leader and a good General Assembly. And we can have fun. Look, all the time that people ask me what you do, yes, I run a test prep company, but what I do for Connecticut is help bring a team back here. Remember, I don't stand for re-election unless there's an NHL team skating in Connecticut within 3 years of my taking office. Now, what else can we have that's fun? Something that would engender a rollback of socialism. That's serious, but it's so fun. It's thrilling to marginalize the socialists back to what should be a small, tiny fringe. Their leaders have taken over half of the politics in America. I don't think that our rank and file are socialists. I think we've gotten wayward leaders, and this is a chance to show that they do not represent us. So in a way, this has national implications. Look, I've been at this for 17 years. In 2000, I ran for a rollback even then against a little-known candidate named Al Gore. That was in the primaries for the NH primaries, first of the year, back in the 2000 election. And more recently, and this one actually was somewhat successful, that was the campaign in 2016 in New Hampshire as well. The nation needs a socialist rollback. We could start in Connecticut. And the more the news about Connecticut's situation, the more dire things get, the better for a reformer like me. Because the reason things are in such bad shape is socialized everything. It's that the state has taken on way too much. It's to everyone's detriment except the few who take advantage of it. A few well-tied-in companies, a few nicely tied-in lobbyists, a few interest groups who get the goods at our expense. That can end. We can make a statement here in Connecticut, back to the old steady ways that once led us to being the most prosperous state in the country. We don't think of that anymore. We can have it back. And we can do this without greatly shaking up any of our workforce. Our teachers get to stay teaching well. We have very good teachers. Remember, my way is to have them accountable more to families than to administrators. Okay? We can have this with a state workforce that doesn't change over, but changes some habits. We can do this, just as we can bring back an NHL team. Hartford has a lot going for it. Central Connecticut collectively has even more. We are going to show that this is a state to be reckoned with.